Hello everyone, in this video we are going to learn and understand about the land revenue policies under British. The land revenue policies are Zamindari settlement, Ryotwari settlement, Mahalwari settlement. During the British era, the revenue collection was made directly through cultivators or indirectly through intermediaries such as zamindars on commission basis. These intermediaries were mere collectors of revenue, though they did not own any land in their revenue jurisdiction. Zamindari settlement. Zamindari settlement is a type of land revenue policy under British. During the time of Lord Cornwallis, a 10-year settlement was introduced in year 1793. It was known as Zamindari settlement. This Zamindari settlement was first started in Bengal and Bihar, later in other parts of the country. Under this system of settlement, the zamindars were transformed into the owners of the land. In return, the task of collecting rent from farmers was entrusted to them. Thus, the zamindars were to function as the intermediaries between the cultivators and the state. The government had no direct contact with the cultivators. The zamindars acted as the agent of the government for the collection of revenue from the cultivators. The amount of land revenue will be divided into level parts, and 10/11 of the share belongs to the British government and 1/11 of share belongs to the zamindars. The zamindars became the owner of the land and they remained absolutely loyal to the British government. This system secured a fixed and stable income for the British government. It became disadvantageous for the cultivators because the British government had no direct contact with the cultivators and the rights of cultivators were ignored in Zamindari settlement. Zamindari settlement is also known as permanent settlement or the Zamindari system. Ryotwari settlement. Ryotwari settlement is a type of land revenue policy under British. Here the Ryot means the peasant or the farmer who cultivates. Ryotwari settlement was introduced by the Thomas Munro and Captain Reed in year 1820. Under this settlement, the individual Ryot or the cultivator was recognized as the owner of his plot of land subjected to the payment of land revenue. This system was initially introduced in Madras and Bombay provinces. By the Ryotwari system, the right of ownership was handed over to the peasants. British government collected revenue directly from the peasant. Initially, 1/2 of the estimated produce was fixed as rent. This assessment was reduced to 1/3 of produce by Thomas Munro. The position of the cultivators became more secure. In this system, the settlement was made between the British government and the Ryots. Here, no intermediaries. This settlement was revised for every 20 to 30 years when the land revenue was raised. The state demand was so high that the peasants were left not even with the paid maintenance. No relief was given to the peasants even at the times of national calamities. Under this system, the government exploited the peasants instead of zamindars. Mahalwari settlement is a type of land revenue policy under British. Mahalwari settlement is a modified version of Zamindari settlement. Lord William and Ethick suggested the changes in Mahalwari settlement in year 1833. This assessment of revenue was to be made on the basis of the estimated produce of mahal or village. Initially, the state share was fixed 2/3 of gross produce. Later, Benedict therefore reduced to 50%. The whole village is treated as a unit as far as the land revenue is concerned, and village headman was required to pay the land revenue. This system was first adopted in Agra and later extended to the other parts. The Mahalwari settlement was introduced in Gangetic Valley, the northern western provinces, the Punjab and the parts of central India. Under this settlement, the village headman acted as the intermediary between the government and the villagers. The Mahalwari settlement is the village-wise assessment. The village land belonged to the village community. Under this system of settlement, the village headman enjoyed the privileges which was misused for their self-interest, and the burden of heavy taxation finally fell on cultivators. This system brought no benefit to the cultivators. So this was modified version of Zamindari system and benefited the upper class in villages. Here the village headman acted as the intermediary between the British government and the villagers. Peasants were overburdened with the taxation. Due to tax burden, the people suffered in poverty and burdened with the tax. They had to seek help from the moneylenders who became rich and acquired the lands from the peasants. Likewise, the zamindars or the landlords were promised protection of their interests and privileges. Due to the inability of the peasants to pay land revenue in time, they were forced to borrow money from the lenders. Due to heavy rates of interest charged by the merchants and moneylenders, became the controllers of the land by maximizing their income all by available means, thereby resulting in the situation of absentee landlordism. The zamindars and moneylenders exploited the poor peasants. The British land revenue policies proved advantageous only to the government and privileged section of the society at the cost of cultivators who were the rightful owners of their land and claimants of the large share of the produce. And in this land revenue system, the rights of the cultivators were ignored. This system made the zamindars luxurious. The peasants suffered under deepening poverty and high taxation. They were discouraged to undertake the agricultural activities. Land revenue policy under the British government. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, comment below saying that you did. And also, if you have any questions, doubt or suggestions, leave that in comment section. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing.